I totally forgot. Wait, are we doing live? I live. I forgot the studio. See how it works. Do. We're live. Do. Totally forgot. There we go. Don't need to do that right now. Video capture. There we go. And we see, and we're live. Look at that. We are live. Hey, it's been a while. I think we're live on YouTube World. It's been 2 months since you've seen the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show go live. I still look the same. Got my hair cut nice and tight because I'm like, you know what? I need to do a show. I haven't done a show in a while. I need to get back on the kicker for this. And so we're live. We start just before the 6 a.m. hour. I am going to do this show at 5 a.m. in the morning in that time slot because people wake up back. People are back in the house. Spent past 2 months getting the house back in shape so we can move back in. So I had people in. The reason why I didn't do it for the past 2 months, really a lot of stress. Be honest, stress gets everyone. And trying to get the house done, ready and back to shape so my family can move back in from the rental. So a lot of construction going on early in the morning, get prepped, get ready for them to come in the door, get myself prepped and ready for them to come in the door. And but we're almost there. So my office is still a mess because it's still got tons of stuff in it all over the place. But slowly we're back in the house a little bit. So anyway, 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I know this is early in the morning. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast. This is our 810th episode of the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. And I know the algorithms, and I know that if I do it this early, not many people on LinkedIn are up yet. Really should be at 9 o'clock. I don't know. Should I do it at 9? I don't know. Should I post it at 9? Maybe. But we are definitely doing the YouTube world here now. And there's all kinds of activity going on in the household because I can hear something going on in the background. So that's why we really need to be up in the 5 a.m. hour. I was up, did have my workout, decided it was time to do the show. Found fortune cookies, so we're going to do Fortune Cookie Friday today. And today I want to talk a little bit about Burndown charts because this is a show about Scrum and Agile and stuff like that. I'm going to throw more stuff in. We are going to do more things next week in the evening hours and stuff like that. So that's coming. And but we'll see. It's a grand experiment. Some new ideas that I have, new things I'm going to try to start next week. And for today, I just felt like, you know what? I really wanted to do a Fortune Cookie Friday show. And you know how hard it was for me to find fortune cookies in South Philly? There's a lot of Chinese, Asian supermarkets, but a lot of them didn't have any fortune cookies. I had to go like a couple markets, and I found one. I got lucky. I was like, oh, there they are. The one place that they haven't had it in a while. I'm like, oh yeah, I figured that. So, but I do have the fortune cookies. I don't know where they're made, but I've got fortune cookies, so we're going to do that today and talk about Burndown charts. And I hope your day is going well. Things are positive and a positive vibe, going in a positive direction, and hope it can bring some joy and happiness and some little knowledge of stuff. And always remember, you can always ask me questions, send me emails, send me messages via LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, any one of the social media engines, TikTok if you like, and we'll get back to you. Maybe we'll post something on the show. So I got a couple over the past 2 months, been writing down some concept ideas and some show topics and things I have encountered over the past 2 months with coaching people and working with organizations that I'll share as we go. And hopefully it helps you out, right? And I got some new concepts for coaching that I'm going to be instilling and offering in the future. I want to do something different. I don't want to do the same old teach a class, teach a class and things like that. I want to get a new level of coaching, help people become better agilists, our people at Scrum, Kanban, whatever their business model is, and also better use of their time. And that's where we're going to talk about the Burndown chart. So with that, I have a marker and I have a mini whiteboard. Look at that. Show A10. Sweet. Anyway. Oh, you know what? Maybe we have some new people. Probably not. There's no one online right now. It's quiet as a mouse on the viewing, but it's early in the morning. But I think everyone needs to get up. Anyway, why do we do the show? Discover the mission again, like sharing the practical and tactical for Scrum and Agile, so that people can get home to family and friends, have some fun, get their business objectives done, make some money, and feel good, right? And that's what we want to do with this show. So why am I? But Burndown charts is like the arch nemesis. No one likes Burndown charts. Let's talk about this Burndown chart. So we have this Burndown chart, right? This is like a velocity, sometimes points, could be numbers, could be anything. This is time. This is your time box. Right? And as I always say, this line from here, like here's our velocity, here's the number of stories the team commits to, and here's the end of the time, and you draw the line. That line means nothing. It's just to give you a visual direction on what it is. There's a point there. Being exactly on that line is very hard to do, and very few teams do it. It's more of a staircase usually. But I'm going to talk about a pattern where the Burndown, like this, and maybe it comes down like that, right? So for the whole time box, no change, no stories done, no nothing, right? Don't see anything there. How do you know how you're doing? You know what that causes? That causes more conversation related to what's going on. More time spent in those darn meetings. And remember how we say use your time effectively? So we're going to talk about using your time effectively. So I have a lot of groups that are doing this shape, right? But you know what they're not doing? So they have stories, okay? But they're not writing subtasks, okay? They're just doing the story, and the story takes 14 days to get done, or 12.9 days, or some weird number. If you get into math on this stuff, you're taking Scrum too much, literally. I'm telling you right now, start doing math. It's too literal. And you're thinking too hard. So if I have a story, let's say, so I have this, and I have a story, and I have my storyboard that goes across, right? And in Jira and all these systems, you can do it by people, by story, by epic. You can come up with things. But let's say I have a couple tasks under that story. And in here is the to do, doing, and done. Right? And in the story, now, what you do, if you have this, yes, make the story smaller. Great idea, but you still want business value, right? Start doing, the subtasks. Why do I say that? Why do I say, Greg, subtasks are so boring, so tedious to do the subtasks, right? And we still got to be within 15 minutes back because the show's in 15 minutes. What this allows people to do is look at that storyboard. We're getting away from storyboards to electronics, but look at the storyboard. See what is next to be worked on these stories, okay? Because this doesn't tell you anything. Where the storyboard helps you is people can look at it before these tech meetings. When you have these tech leads say, okay, what help do you need? And you're sitting here with 5, 6, 8, 10, 12 other people on this tech call, and you're like feeling like you're in a meeting and you're not coding. You're not delivering product. Well, if you have the subtasks, these so-called tech leads can see where you're at on your work, right? You don't need to tell everybody what you're doing. And other people can help you. Like if they see you're here and it's coming down towards the end of sprint, maybe somebody else can pick up some of these other subtasks, help you get them to done so the whole story moves to done quicker. Therefore, that moves this line over, But that's what the subtasks let you do. I am going to talk another time about these meetings, but I'm going to tell you right now, I bet you have a lot of these places have these 2-hour meetings with the leads or hour leading meetings right after daily Scrum, and they don't have any subtasks because nobody knows what anybody else is doing, and all they do is sit in there do a status report. Where are you? Where are you? If you have the subtasks, because the Burndown chart's not telling them anything. If you have the subtasks laid out like that, like where you are, they won't need to ask because they could look at the storyboard. Anyway, so that's my thought about today. So if you got that waterfall that goes all the way in and comes straight down, question whether or not you're doing subtasks. Question whether or not people are sharing those subtasks and looking at them on your digital boards. I'm telling you, it'll cut your time in those meetings down to nothing. Because now if there's a tech lead or a partner or someone you're working with can see you're stuck on a particular subtask, they can offer to help you. They don't need to ask, so where you at? Where you at? When are you going to be done? Where are you at? God, I hate that. It's really like no value added conversation. But if you do the stories and the subtaskings and you lay that out, I think you get less of that over time. And come back and tell me if it doesn't go down. Anyway, Fortune Cookie Friday. Yay! I miss my baddie dog. I miss my dog. She's been gone for about 2 months now. I love her. And my buddy died. So it was kind of a rough day. It was a rough 2 months. So I really didn't give you like doing this show. You know what? I got to move on. Got to do stuff. So we're doing a happy thing. We're going to do Fortune Cookie Friday. And then Fortune Cookie Friday, an Agile accountant, who we have all talked about. These Agile accountants are the ones who count the fraction of a point. Well, the average developer programs or does about 7.523 points per sprint. Who freaking cares? That's annoying. When they do that. So these are the Agile accountants. They put a message in the Fortune Cookie, and we're supposed to read the message in the Fortune Cookie. It's in a double seal. It's in plastic, and it's in a cookie barrier protection. And we apply whatever it says to the show, to Agile, to whatever. So with that, I'm going to open it up. And again, we want to keep the show within 15 minutes. The length of a daily stand-up. Your stand-ups are longer than 15 minutes. Call me. Let's chat. Maybe you need a coach because there's no reason on this planet Earth a daily Scrum needs to be longer than 15 minutes. And there's lots of stuff going on around you that aren't set up correctly. So here's the Fortune Cookie. We're going to open it up. All right. I don't have a dog to eat my Fortune Cookie. Where's my cat? Where's Bubbles? Bubbles. You see Bubbles. Bubbles hasn't been here in a while. Okay. Ooh, I love this. It's better to ask some questions than to know all the answers. This is so agile. This is so good. It's better to ask some questions than to know all the answers. However, if the question is, and I'm going to do an anti-thing, but I love this thing. It's like I ask questions all the time. I don't assume. Work with so many people lately that assume such and such knows such and such. And my experience is they don't know such and such and such and such. And you really need to tell them directly so they know exactly what you're talking about. And don't assume they picked up on some fifth level conversation in a 200-page presentation that they got that, right? So it is better to ask some questions than to know the answers. What I'm going to apply to this thing is we don't want to spend all day in these post Scrum plus time things giving status reports on where everyone is. So that's just asking the question where you're at. Are you stuck or anything? That is part of daily scrum. That should be all done in 15 minutes. I'm trying to save you all time. So that question is actually in the daily scrum because the teammates say what that is. What's going on is that we want to make sure that they can see visually where we all are at. So they do kind of know where you're at before you getting into these post-scrum discussions so that they know a lot more rather than going from a blank slate. The more of a blank slate they're going into, the longer those stupid meetings are going to last. Just giving that to you. But I do like this because I like to ask questions and try not to assume I know everything. I just finished the IC Agile ENT course. Am I an enterprise coach? Pretty much. Are they giving me new little things and new ways of teaching it? Yes. So I don't know all the answers, and I'm looking for other answers that people can feed me information which I can better service the organizations that I coach. So with that, I'm Greg Mester. This is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I want to wish you happy scrumming, happy Friday. Hope you enjoyed our restart of the process. I'm going to post these up on LinkedIn and all the social media engines. And at 16:22, we went way over our time, but we had a delay in getting this started. So, but it is what it is. With that, I say, have a great day. I hope this recording went well because, again, it's been over 2 months since we last did one. And I just want to wish you happiness and a great day. All right. Take care. And thanks for tuning in and watching the show. Bye. See you.